Hello YouTube, welcome back to my little channel. I thought I'd do a little video compared to the Kawasaki Ninja 250R what I had in the past. That was a 2009 model, fuel injections. It's the only bike I really could compare to this Suzuki Inazuma 250. The Suzuki's got bigger tyres for a start. Standard's 140 on the rear. On the Kawasaki Ninja that's 130. Very thin. The twin cylinder, it's like the same as this. The spec on the Ninja 250R is basically, it had 33 horsepower, brake horsepower. Quite a bit lighter than this. It had a full fairing on it, of course. It wasn't a bad little bike really. I did like it, but the problem with it was the wind. With a side wind blowing across from a field and whatever, it used to blow you all over the place. Maybe because it had the fairing and it was really light. Top speed on the Ninja was 103 mile an hour, but reality when you put it on sat nav that was 93 if I remember rightly. So compared to this little Suzuki, the top speed is 87, so really there's not a lot of difference speed wise. Got to bear in mind this is quite a bit heavier than the Ninja and had more power. This has got 24, 26 depending which website you actually look at. So when it comes to speed wise, it's not much difference. When I say 87 mile an hour for the Suzuki, that is because if you change the front sprocket to a 15 tooth, your speedo is actually accurate. Before, on the 14 tooth on this Suzuki, you'll say you're doing 87, but in reality it was about 80, so it was quite a bit way off on any motorbike anyway, and cars to be honest with you. So when it comes to the speed, it's not a lot of difference to be honest with you. What I would say, got people watching me, so I'm going to make a move and I'll talk to you while I'm riding. So the spec on the Ninja Kawasaki is really good actually for a 250. You got to bear in mind, back in them days, 2009 etc., the bike was designed to have 33 brake horsepower for an A2 license. That was the law them days. Obviously it's moved on since then, 47, and now I think you're allowed. And this little Suzuki was kind of built and made for the A2 license. Yeah, I admit that it could do a bit more horsepower, another 10 horsepower to get it on par with the Ninja. It would have been great, but yeah, she's not bad actually. Yeah, very similar kind of bikes really. They're both 250s, twin cylinder engines, water cooled, fuel injection. I did like the Ninja, don't get me wrong, I did like it, but there was just something about it. It was a right little screamer. If I remember rightly, I think Redline was about 14,000 revs on the Ninja 250. And you really have to rev it to get it anywhere. Anything, and don't get me wrong, it will pull. But true power did come into about 10,000. Where this one, you got torque right low down for a 250 anyway. But on my personal experience on my little Suzuki, get to about 7.5 and it like a little power surge. You can feel it kick in. Didn't have none of that on the Ninja, so that's a bonus. The worst thing on the Ninja was the lightness. Daft as it sounds, the lightness wasn't great. It wasn't, I don't know, it didn't hold the road brilliantly. It was fine on normal days, but let's face it, England, very windy country, innit? It used to blow you about, and the engine really sounded horrible, even when it was hot. You know, old school. You got to bear in mind that engine was the same as the Kawasaki GPX, if anybody can remember them, 250. Only difference is, for all the only thing that did different was fuel injection instead of carbs. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling it the Ninja. It was a good bike, but just something about it I couldn't get on with myself personally. They're very similar in specs, similar bikes completely, to be honest. The difference is this little Suzuki, it handles, it owns a road fantastic, really does. I think the only downside with the Ninja, because it was so light, when you go around a bend or into a fast corner, it just felt twitchy. I don't know if that's the right word, twitchy. It just felt, I don't know, I just felt like it was going to tuck under you, if that makes sense. But I had it for about, what, 6 or 7 months. I knew I didn't like it kind of straight away, but I just bared with it. The Ninja. Oh, I've never been down this road before. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's down here. And yeah, they're very similar bikes, but the difference is this bike's a bit heavier, quite a bit heavier actually. No drastic. And that extra weight might slow it down a bit, but it handles the road. It's solid. It's like a proper bike, a big bike. That's a good thing about this bike. It's very comfortable. There's no choppiness. Where are we then? Yeah, let's go this way. Not these roads are going to be like. I do apologise. Never been down here before. New roads to experiment on. Very thin. Yeah, so I compare the Ninja to the Suzuki Inazuma. My experience or preference, should I say, I'd rather have this Suzuki. Thank you. I'd rather have the Suzuki. I will pick the Suzuki over the Ninja anytime. I really would. It's a great little bike. If I come down on the Ninja on these roads, you probably can't tell on the camera, on the picture. Really bad, bumpy, very uneven. If I come down here on my Ninja, I guarantee it, it'll be bouncing you all over the place. It'll be that bad. It'll probably make it feel unstable. Very groovy these roads, aren't they? Not sure if I like this road. I don't think it's going to be a very popular road, so I'm going to just chill out, take my time. Yeah, so it's very similar kind of bikes, but like I've just said, the angling on the Suzuki Inazuma is a hell of a lot better, in my opinion. Caravan saw. Okay. I didn't know that was there. Hey, look, been here 17 years and I didn't know that was there. Very strange. Won't like to come down here super fast, that's a fact. A couple of houses, way out of the way, aren't they? They are. Very strange. Yeah, but I would definitely pick this Suzuki over the Ninja. If you like revving a engine, screaming a engine, go for the Ninja. It's a right little revver and a screamer, I tell you. You won't believe until you've actually rode one, ride one on. Yeah. I ain't got a clue where I am, I do apologise. Oh, I know where I am now. The good thing about this bike, it's very flexible. You can rev it. There's the power. Did you hear that? It really does shift when you get to that 7.5 mark. It's kind of addictive sometimes. I know where I am now. Well, that's a new road I've never been down before. Yeah, I would definitely pick this bike over the Ninja every time. Similar both, it's very similar pulling power. Oh, fantastic about them, but in the day it gets there alright. Pretty nippy really. Got 65 right in trying. Even though I'm on a 250, still catching up the cars. And if you watch my last video, I've changed my mind to getting a bigger bike. And this is why, because you're always going to catch cars up even on the 250. I just only wish I had my action camera, a good action camera, similar to what I got. This is not bad actually, it's not the fantastic one, but it's good, not bad at all. When I had the Ninja 250, I've been talking about 3 years ago now, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. I never used to talk on my videos, I never did YouTube, I just recorded just for the fun of it and just watch back on the telly roll. Yeah, in fact here's a couple of videos on my channel right at the bottom. You have to go down a couple of years. But me personally, I'll definitely pick the Suzuki Inazuma. Just everything about it's just better. If you can imagine a motorbike, a motorcycle, whatever you want to call them. Let's say the Suzuki was 80%. The Ninja will probably about 65-70% compared to this, if that makes sense. I mean, this says it all to me personally. I had that Ninja, like I say, 6 or 7 months, maybe long, I can't remember. I hardly used it, so that says it all, doesn't it? I'm always on this little thing, this little girl, so I think that says it all, doesn't it? Not sure if that's a police car. There's a white BMW knocking around. Shall I take it? Yeah, just in case. Yeah, it's just a little video about comparing it to the Kawasaki Ninja 250R and the Suzuki Inazuma, better known as GW250. Me personally, I would definitely pick this. But I've got a flying ornament. I had a Kawasaki Ninja 300R, but you can't really compare that to this. The Ninja 250 and the CBR 250, only a few bikes you can compare it to. And all I'm going to say on the CBR 250R is, how can I say it? Very vibrating. That's being kind. Very vibrating the CBR. Anyway, yeah, babbling on. I might do a little review of the Kawasaki Ninja 300R. Base again, it's the same engine as the 250R, bought one, bored out. That had a bit more tech to it. It had a slipper clutch. The clutch was really light on, really light. But again, you really have to rev it really to get it anywhere. And that did do actually 110 miles an hour on the clock. So you're talking about 100 miles an hour for the 300. Yeah, so yeah, definitely a keeper. Definitely recommend this bike. Thanks for watching. I do apologise about the wind noise, it's very windy. Thanks for watching this little video, and as I always say, drive safe, keep smiling. Bye for now.